All In recap. And from what I heard, it was a hell of a show. Bash in Berlin preview. Bronson Reed doing tsunamis on the car. If you're Ron Strowman, I know your ribs hurt. News and notes. A possible Uncle Marcus visit. A tribute, yeah, a tribute to Sid Vicious. All this and more on the Connoisseurs of Wrestling podcast. First and foremost, I want to apologize for not putting out the original episode 9 because this past week has been balls to the walls, nuts, zany, and crazy. But I'm gonna do my best, Gordon Ramsay, Emerald Lagasse. I'm gonna chop something up, bam, and throw and make a little bonus episode because you can never have enough content in the world of podcasting. That being said, I'm Eddie. That's Marcus. That's
Hello.
Brad, and we are the Connoisseurs Pro Wrestling. Fellas, I'm tired. How y'all doing?
I'm tired too, man. Ooh, today was wow. Today was nuts, man. I had a time sensitive project that I got handed yesterday because one of the people that I manage kind of dropped the ball, so I had to pick the ball up and run with it. And I've been running all day. And yeah, like I told you two fellas, literally I was working on my project from work at the same time while drafting my team for our fantasy football league, Eddie. And then after that, there was dynamite and dinner and uh just it was a lot. But we're here. We're here.
Yeah. Bro, I thought about I said, "Ooh, I took some chicken. I'm gonna fry me some chicken because I know how to make this buttermilk fried chicken. It'd be good as hell." I said, "Damn, I want chicken, but I want rice. But I gotta cut up these Brussels sprouts." It was tacos night.
Hey,
I'm
my
like,
wife actually made fried chicken and rice and what was the other thing? Yeah, we almost had the same dinner, but you went tacos.
yeah, man, I just ain't have I just ain't have the time, man. I just have the time. Let me say, I spent most of today editing videos, preview videos and stuff like that for the high school football games coming up soon. What else did I do? I did some prep for this. I went and got my equipment from the station, and I came back here. I think I stretched out for 5 minutes, and then I was at it again. Recorded the Wellness Check Wednesday podcast. Had a, had two drafts, y'all. Two drafts, a regular
Oh,
draft and then a supplemental draft. And,
Oh,
I was able to get my quarterback, but wide receiver. I want to get Brandon Cooks, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's a dynasty league, so we'll see how that goes. You good, Brad?
yeah, I'm tired too, man.
Mm.
It's just been travel weekend after travel weekend, crazy stuff with work. I mean, I was in Austin. Yeah, I was in Austin last weekend, so I
Mm.
am beat. It's hot in Texas. It's like unreal hot there. Like it's hot here in Oklahoma, but in Texas, it's like another level of heat. It's like you go outside for like 5 minutes and you're just like, I'm done.
I'm done.
yeah, I heard about that Midwest Texas heat, man. That dry heat.
This that. Let's see. Well, since Austin Central,
Mm.
Texas, it's a
Yeah.
little bit more. It's still humid. It's still humid, but man, you walk out there. I mean, I got a tan. Like it's finally on my skin tones going back to normal.
Mm.
Man, I was like darker for like a few days. I was like, man, I wasn't even outside for more than 15 minutes. I caught a
Yeah.
tan. I was like, good Lord, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah, man, sizzling out there in that sun. Like, yeah, Lee is the goddamn juggernaut.
It's the guy named Juggernaut. Well, up here in Ohio, we had a touch of fall for 2 days,
Ooh.
and it was so good. And then came, what was it, Saturday,
Mhm.
and then yesterday was like 96 and 97 degrees. And I was like, I don't like this.
Jeez. It's been all right here in Atlanta for the last few days, but I think
It's
they said
good.
tomorrow's supposed to have, I don't think it's supposed to be in the hundreds or even upper 90s, but I think it's supposed to be like in the upper 80s, lower 90s,
Mhm.
but still with like a real feel of 100 because I guess of humidity and heat index. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just ready.
Weather.
I'm just ready for that calendar to flip and it being like the 70s. Not looking forward towards the snow, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna stop being weathermen and be connoisseurs of wrestling, and because this is your favorite wrestling podcast, none other than the Connoisseurs of Wrestling podcast. All in Wembley Stadium, London. It was a big damn deal. I didn't watch it in its totality because it was what 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
o'clock on a Sunday, and I think I was just getting back from church, and I was, oh boy,
Yeah.
I cannot work both services no more. I'm working that camera back and forth, and midway through the second service, I'm like, I hope they don't think I'm drunk back here, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Her was a pretty good crowd, pretty good turnout. A lot went on. A lot went on. You know what? How rude of me. Before I go any further, earlier this week we lost a professional wrestling legend, Sidney Udy, known to most of us as Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, or Psycho Sid Vicious. Um,
Lord Humongous if you're nasty.
yeah, yeah.
Old school Memphis.
Now, Lord Humongous, he had that hockey mask on or something like that.
Hockey mask and like the little strap around his chest.
Yeah, I call that the carry-on cross strap. You know, they had him the harness. I'm like, man, look, out of anything you could have put this man in, you're gonna put this big rusted dust ass man in a freaking harness. Get out of here. Um, yeah, unfortunately he passed away. I'm not gonna lie, man. It caught me off guard. It really did. A lot of times these deaths kind of catch you off guard, but this one really caught me off guard. He was only 63 years old. Apparently, he died of cancer. Had no idea he was sick like that. But then again, you never know. A lot of people are sick like that. And I think back in June, now looking back in hindsight, he's like, look, they need to go ahead and put me in the Hall of Fame soon, and didn't pick up on it at the time. And now it's kind of like, yeah, you might need to. That's something that the WWE got to consider. Like, look, we got some of these guys, you know, getting towards that age threshold where we don't know if they're going to be here for years to follow. If they deserve it, go and put them in there. Yeah, Sid Vicious, 6 foot. I got his physical stats memorized. He was 6 feet 9, 316 pounds, 320 pounds. All depends on um what company, what federation you dealt with. He was one of the biggest, meanest, toughest big men in the history of the sport. You got to think like him and Dan Spivey were the skyscrapers. We were a few of us were reflecting the other day about that one video where the guy didn't want to do business.
Oh
And he
yeah.
yeah,
And he made him do business the
Oh, he
hard
made
way.
him do business.
he
The
the
hard
hard
way.
way. And he told his partner, you might want to get the hell up out of here. And yeah, and they just worked this dude's they worked him over. He didn't play, man. He's being disrespectful, so he had to take care of it right there and then. So that's how you do it, man. Taking care of business, and then of course 22. Oh my car! And then he goes and kick. What got me was the car was already was crushed. And he kicks it.
Go back.
Go Bird! Go Bird!
Go
Oh
back.
my God!
Yeah, why me?
Me. Why me? Why me?
Sid
I
was
will
in.
always share that video every time it comes around on
Yeah,
social media.
Sid was unintentionally funny. Think about it, just to see a man that big act up that bad over two crushed cars. Goldberg and just like he's like, hey, what's up, Zach? Where my car at? Spot number 22. 22! He throws his back down and starts running. Oh my
Like, how does he know this parking lot 22 was the bad spot? Like, how
Wait a
does he
minute.
know?
God. Yeah.
I have a feeling my car has been crushed.
Mm, mm.
Oh my
Golly.
God. Oh man. I know for me though, with Sid, right around when I first started really getting into wrestling at age like 7, 8-ish, that's when like he was there, like I'm like that iteration of the Four Horsemen around the time when I really got into like NWA slash WCW was
Mhm.
Flair, Anderson, Barry Windham, and Sid Vicious. And
Yep.
at the time, I'm sure y'all probably remember, like that's when like he was coming out and when he would powerbomb people, they would bring out the
The
stretcher and then
stretcher. Yeah.
try to take people out. And like young me is still thinking it was, is legit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, he's crippling those guys. And of course, they take him on the stretcher, but then he knock him down and beat him up and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And I always like feared whenever he would wrestle, the face wrestler, like, oh no, I hope he don't powerbomb Sting. I don't want to see Sting get hurt. So yeah, just
Just,
that powerbomb though, man.
just
Ah.
yeah.
Master of the power bomb.
Yeah, man. He made that. It was him that made me become a fan of that particular move. And some of his promos were like, "Let me know we're going live. Well, we're live, pal." Well, I'll tell you what. I'm Sid. And he just and then he got Sid got so many classic one-liners. It was just I think one of my favorite ones was late WCW. I forgot who he talked to. He's like, "Hey, you want some of Psycho Sid Vicious? Well, bring your ass to Super Brawl." And I was like, wow. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we used to quote that for years. Somebody want to issue with him. Oh, you got a problem? That's okay. Just bring your ass on down to Super Brawl. We'll take care of it right now. Come on, just bring your ass on down to Super Brawl.
Yes. Super Brawl.
Yeah, yeah.
Beat
Sid,
everybody up.
yeah, Sid was just Sid was important. Yeah, Sid was definitely important to the whole professional wrestling landscape. And an avid softball player as well too. He loved softball.
Yep.
He went home several times to go play
Yes,
softball,
he was
much to
he.
the dismay of the boys and the bookers in the back.
And the funny thing about it is like John Cena recently said on the episode of Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. Um, we work during the week and then we take the money and use it to do stuff that we love to do. So just think, Sid is working the circuit, and then when the weekends come, I'm finna go play softball. It's no different. I get it. I totally get it. And then also speaking of Booker T, he a little known fact, Sid Vicious was responsible for getting Booker T and Stevie Ray in WCW. Now,
Oh, the Memphis connection, the GFW connection, right?
the I think what happened was, according to Booker T, don't hold me to it, because I was just like a day and a half ago. Sid saw them on ESPN, and Sid was like, these boys got some talent. Then on top of that, like Booker T said, he thinks Sid was at the point of his career he won't try to get into the office. You
Mm.
see what I'm saying? And so he wanted to try to do that. And so I think, yeah, look at it like this, if it wasn't for Sid Vicious, we'd probably get no Booker T. We'd probably get no Everyday Experience. We get no Stevie Ray. We get none of that. And so shout out to Sid for having a great eye of talent and realize that, hey, these guys are good. They need to be up here.
Mhm.
Y'all need to make some real money. Because what happened, I think, what, 6 months in, they wound up being like in a big time program with like Sid and was it Sid and Vader? Yeah, with Sid
Oh
and Vader
yeah.
and Colonel Robert Parker, and you had like the British Bulldog, the Shockmaster, and something. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was all that, and so I said, wow, man, that was pretty cool, man. So yeah, man, shout out to Sid Vicious, man, the master, the ruler of the world. And Brad, you shared that video. Was it Madison Square Garden?
Yes, sir. Madison Square Garden, November 17, 1996, where he
Yeah.
was about to face Shawn Michaels for the WWF Championship.
Hmm.
And he was just over like Rover. Dude comes out. He's supposed to be the bad guy at that time.
Hmm.
New York was in love with him. He's like, "Who's the man? You're the man." And he's like, "Who's the man? You're the man." And then there's like giving fist bumps and everything else. You got Vlad over at ringside. It was just a crazy match. I
I
mean, he
got
beat the snot out of Shawn Michaels.
oh, yeah, beat the piss out of him. The best part of that intro was where he was walking to the ring, and you can see one side of the guardrails is kind of up, and the other side of the guardrails doing on the other side of the seat doing this right here. Yeah, you're not no ordinary person making them guardrails. You got to be a special dude for them damn guardrails to bend like that. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah,
Mm.
you definitely got to be somebody special, man. But yeah, man, Sid was one of a kind, man, and we'll never see nothing like him. I thought, Big Bill, William Morrissey kind of had it in him, but you ain't no Sid, bro. There's a lot of things you can't teach, and being Sid is something that you cannot teach. All right, so I had to make sure we get in there because I didn't want to be disrespectful because I said we was going to lead off with that. So back to All In 2024 at Wembley Stadium in London, England. It was a Sunday pay-per-view, if you will. And the attendance of 50,000 according to Wikipedia. You got to throw some salt on that. Kind of like that. And was it um the 411 wrestling, the wrestling news outlet that we no longer mention. So we had 12 matches and we had some surprises too. Yeah, we had some surprises too, and I don't care what they say about AEW, but and I don't care what they say about wrestling in general. If you hold a wrestling event in the United Kingdom, the fans will show up and show out. I don't care if it's us in the ring. They gonna show up and they gonna show out. So I mean, no matter what it was nuts.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, those crowds were hot. Like even the shows leading into All In,
Hmm.
the collision. Well, no, collision was pre-taped from Arlington, but um Dynamite on Wednesday
Hmm.
in Cardiff, and the Rampage leftover from Cardiff as well,
Hmm.
and just from the first match on the pre-show, which yeah, like you say, it was pretty early. Like I literally walked in the door from church myself and went turned the TV on immediately because Zero Hour had already started like 11 o'clock
Yeah.
that morning. Like, geez, but
Hmm.
um, but yeah, that crowd was hot all the way through, man, from the first match to the very last. And yeah, the that UK crowd is something else.
And speaking of that, let's go ahead and well, first of all, they had a pre-show. It had this 16-man tag team match. I'm not gonna name everybody. It was me, you, your mama, and your cousin too, the next door neighbor, the dog, the people down the
Juggernaut
street,
was there
the
fighting for the
juggernaut.
welterweight championship of the world.
Yeah. Um. th-
Mustard was there because he part-time stripper and he does hair.
yeah. We even had a flying O or two up in there.
Iron Ho.
So I mean, it's just I can't wait for that watch along. Oh my God, I can't wait for that. Yeah, in the words of my mama, child, it was some of everybody in that ring. Uh, who the hell won?
Who did win that match? Dang. Wasn't it? I think it was the face side that won.
Let me
Or
see.
well, I don't know because it's weird because there were some.
Let me see. It was Tommy Billington, Kip Sabian, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Leo Rush, Action Andretti, and Top Flight, and then Don Callis was there. And then they defeated Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Anthony Ogogo, Pops, Arya Davari, Private Party, The Dark Order, uh, and Sanjay Dutt.
That's a lot of people.
There's a whole lot of
A
people.
16-man tag team. For my friends, what kind of shit is this?
They should have just saved all those folks for the Casino Battle Royal or something, man.
I thought it's what it was. I thought it was it some kind of I thought they had some kind of battle royal or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of felt like the Andre the Giant Memorial,
Yeah.
but tag team style.
Yeah. That's a lot of people though, but they try to get everybody on the show.
Yeah.
So I feel it. I feel it.
I mean, it was a good match though. I'll give it that. It was a lot going on, but it was people got in, and it was basically a big old spot fest. Everybody just did their big spots, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Hey, like you said, it was a chance for everybody to get in the ring and get a doggone check and have some fun. Because like I said, you know as well as I know, a lot of these guys they're in catering. Yeah, they're in catering and they're doing like backstage scenes and stuff like that. So moving
Mhm.
right along, let's see. We got a mixed tag team match. We got Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. In English, that's Tom Stone. English translation. And they defeat Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway via pinfall. And the stipulation of this match, since Nightingale and Ishii won, um, they got to choose the stipulation for the women's CMLL World Championship match between Nightingale and Statlander at All Out. Marcus, how was this match?
This match was pretty good. It was entertaining. Yeah, like Stat and Willow, those girls can work.
Mhm.
It was really cool seeing them go at it. Both of them look amazing as always. Um, Tomohiro Ishii is always fun watching him. Of course, seeing Stokely be Stokely, that
Mhm.
was just fun and entertaining, and all of that. And of course, they tried to make Stokely look like he was legit on the way on the build up and all of that stuff like that. But of course, up in there against the likes of Big Tom. Nah, but yeah, this was mainly the girls carrying most of the load here, and yeah, it was a good match. It was a good match, and of course, we saw tonight on Dynamite, Willow named the stipulation for All Out, which is going to be a Chicago street fight between her and Stat for the CMLL Women's Championship.
Yes. Yes.
What kind of fighting is this, Brad?
It's gonna be some hard fighting.
Oh yeah,
They fit.
And
They fit to shake the steel cage in the Chi-Town. Shake the
oh,
cage.
Shot City
absolutely.
Rumble.
Yeah, Chi
I
City Rumble.
the one thing with Stoke, him doing the Michael Jackson tribute with the Remember the Time costume,
Yes, that
Yeah.
was amazing.
I was like, this, you know what, is
Yeah.
crazy. I was like,
He
what?
came out looking like Mike from Remember the Time.
Do you remember every
Baby.
feeling?
I will say one thing, Stoke got a clean spine buster, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like Stoke used to wrestle.
Mm.
Like for those that don't know, Stoke used to wrestle.
I
Like even though
I didn't
he,
know.
oh yes sir, Stoke used to wrestle in like on the Indies, Chikara,
Mm.
sometimes in Evolve if he wasn't being like the evil manager. Stoke was in a tag team with Chuck Taylor,
Mm.
Oh.
and yeah, as you know, Chikara always has some crazy rules and whatever, right? So he was in a tag team with Chuck Taylor, but previously they were in a feud,
Mm.
and Chuck Taylor lost the rights to his name. So Stoke won the name Chuck Taylor, and then Chuck Taylor started being called Dustin in all caps. And then they became this tag team where these dudes were wearing like pants and Cosby sweaters. They were, I kid you not, dude. I cannot find this match online anywhere because
Pants
it's
and Cosby sweaters.
yeah, it was like these dark pants and Cosby sweaters. It was crazy. And
Wow.
I'm trying to find this match that I went to go see at one of the collectives back in it was like 2017.
Mm.
There was a Chikara show called Turn Left, and they were like facing the tag team champs at that time, blah blah blah. There's this one spot in the match where they're like stomping him in the corner, and he's like, "Ooh yeah, stomp, stomp, ooh yeah," and I'm sitting up front, and I was like, "You're channeling the power of Jodeci," and he's like,
Wow.
"You know it." He's like, "You know it." He's like, "You know it." I was like, "That's right, Stoke." I mean, Chuck.
Wow.
He's trying not to laugh at me, but I'm wilding. I'm like, "Wow, this is great."
You almost made a man break character. That's hilarious.
I
That
wish
is.
I wish it was online, but it's not. You gotta like buy the DVD.
It might be worth it just to see that. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right. So moving right along in the pre-show, we got another big old 10-man tag team match We're just gonna go bypass that because it seems like a lot going on. On to the card, we had a four-way London ladder match for the AEW Trios Championship. Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio and Wheeler Yuta or Utes defeats the Patriarchy, Christian Cage, Kill Switch with Nick Wayne and Mother Wayne. Did also beat the Bang Bang Gang and the House of Black. Marcus, was it everything we thought it was?
It was. It was. That was a really good match, solid match. Great way to set the tone for the show, I thought.
Mm, good, good,
Oh,
good. Do we got
Yeah.
Mariah May? Oh, go ahead, Bray. You want to say something?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say there's one move that I've never ever seen before in my life. Nick Wayne did a tope suicida into a destroyer
Mm.
onto a table or through a table. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I was like, wait, what? Child, what are you doing?
like,
It was cool.
whoa.
Yeah, it was cool to see, but it was one of the New Japan looking tables, so you know how
Yeah,
that
those
goes.
tables look stiff.
I am the table. Shout out to
Exactly.
Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew. I miss those videos. I haven't been seeing those in my feed, man. I got to get some more Botchamania in my life. I
They're
swear I
so
got to.
funny. They're
Botchamania
still
is
funny.
Botchamania is epic. There was one I was watching, and I was just hollering. I just thought about the times Matt Hardy did that freestyle on AEW Dark, and Stokely just walked off. I think I sent y'all the video, and I was just laughing hysterically. I was like, "Oh my God, this is one of the best moments in the history of the internet." We got the glamour, Mariah May. She defeats Timeless Tony Storm with Luther by pinfall. I kind of had an idea this was going to happen because what AEW did, they built her, not with everybody else. They handled this storyline like this is in this company's short history. This has to be one of the best angles since the company's inception because you had Tony Storm lose her mind. Then you had Mariah May, being her understudy, being her her baby, her boo or whatever. And then all of a sudden, she flips and turns, and then she started looking strong week by week, and then she challenged for the belt, beat her for the belt. But I don't have a problem with Mariah May winning. I really don't.
No, this
Me neither.
dare I say this was probably my favorite match of the card.
Hmm.
Not necessarily the best match, which it was still a great match because those girls were hard fighting.
Mm.
But I think it was my favorite just because, and funny, with a couple of episodes ago, just the rant I went on about psychology and storyline. But the psychology and storyline leading up to this and in the match itself were just amazing. And yeah, it was great action, great storytelling. They were just going at it, and just it all built to a fever pitch. And I do
Hmm.
think it was the right time to pull the trigger on Mariah May to take the belt up off of Tony. And I don't know what we're gonna do from here, what Tony's gonna do from here. I hope she doesn't drop the timeless Tony gimmick anytime soon. But yeah, that was just a wonderful match in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it truly was. It was one of those matches that from start to finish, it just everything worked from the crazy stuff happening outside to the Storm Zero on the stairs to Mariah slapping her own mom to yeah, from all that happening to Tony Storm hugging Mariah's mom, consoling her, placing her upon her bosom, and everything. And it was just a good match like throughout. And one of the little pieces which kind of set another part of the pay-per-view, Mariah kisses Nigel on the side of the head.
Oh
And I
yes,
was
that was
like,
great.
what? I was like,
Like,
Nigel
oh, she
finally
just
got his
kissed me.
kiss. He's like, oh, she just kissed me, blah, blah, blah. And then he just kind
Not
of
blah
goes
blah
on from
blah.
there. He's like, blah, 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 mate. I don't know. I don't know what else really Nigel says.
Yeah. Good old Nigel McGuinness. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit because we're kind of up against it. Hook gets his belt back. Brad's
Nah.
favorite was it Vortex of Charisma? Jericho, he loses. Let's see. The Young Bucks, they defeat FTR and the
Eh.
Acclaim. Yeah. And Christian Cage, he wins a casino gauntlet match. I heard he had some help from Kill Switch. by Penn and
That
Kyle
was a fun
O'Reilly.
match.
It
Yeah, yeah,
was.
that
That
match
was a
was a
great
fun
match.
match.
Mm.
Like you had surprises show up in there. I mean, Ricochet
Yeah.
Yeah.
debuted in that
Nigel,
match.
Yep.
Nigel shows up and every
ZSJ and Nigel.
yeah, that Zack Sabre Jr. showing up. That was something special.
Yep. The winner of the G1. Let's see. Will Ospreay beat the hell out of MJF to get the international championship back. Let's see. Mercedes Monet with Kyle Brick. How she defeats Britt Baker, Dr. DMD. And do we have a
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter sighting?
Oh, we did in the pre-show.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, in
Yeah,
the
yeah, she beat
pre-show.
up the whole Knight family.
Damn.
She beat them all up. The
The
mama, the
Mama
brother,
Zach, the
everybody.
black relative, however she's related to him.
She
Yeah.
beat up everybody.
Yeah. Is that
And
your
she
cousin?
looked good.
Is that your cousin? Yep. Wild stuff.
Get these hands too.
Yeah. And we're back here at the Connoisseurs of Pro Wrestling podcast, and we're going to wrap up the rest of AEW All In Wembley Stadium, London, England, if you will. Some fish and chips. Jack Perry defeats Darby Allin, and we had an appearance from Stang or
Sting,
Sting.
Sting.
Yeah.
That was
Um,
fun. Well, the match wasn't fun. Sting showing up was like the only thing I found interesting about the match.
Mhm.
yeah,
Personally, was not
Jack.
my favorite match. That Britt and Monet and Jericho Hook were my three least favorite matches. Wasn't the biggest fan of the triple threat tag team match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. It was better
Yeah.
than these other three. But yeah,
Yeah,
Sting was the best part of that one, if you ask me.
absolutely. And with that triple threat tag team match, the parts where what's his name, Max Caster was doing everybody's moves.
Mhm.
That part was kind of neat, where like he helped with the EVP trigger and he helped with the shatter machine. I was like, what the heck is happening here?
It's like, oh, okay, that was clever.
Yeah, I was like, he helping everybody, but not getting the pin. What are you doing, Max Caster?
Yeah. And what
Yeah.
the hell
I
are you
did think it
doing?
was interesting also that Darby had glued text to his face, and yeah, that Joker insane, man. That man is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he had like a broken foot a while back. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
He
He
did.
did.
He had a broken foot, and then he got hit by a bus, and then he still wrestled on the same day he got hit by a bus, apparently, with a
Yeah.
broken foot.
Yeah, I think the bus broke his nose. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. When he got hit by the bus, he got a broken nose. He broke his foot
He did
during the
that in the
match against
ring,
Jay
actually.
White. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was against a match with Jay White. Broke his foot.
Man, if that's me, I'm laying my ass down somewhere. Damn, all that. A broken foot and getting beat up by a bus. A bus. A bus hit me. Yeah. A
This man was
bus.
supposed to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
today.
Not today. Yep. And Brian Danielson said, I'm not done yet. I'm going to win the belt. I kind of saw this coming. I kind of saw that one coming. I can't be too mad about that. Can't be mad. I think Swerve had a good run. Because at first I was like, oh boy, here we go. It's going for the hangman's run. But it didn't. It didn't. He actually had a good run. I will say
Yeah.
that.
And well, I have seen a few people say it wasn't so great. They didn't think he did great. Like he wasn't presented as the top guy, and that's I can kind of see some of that. Like, yeah, they should have done a little harder to push him to the top, but at the same time, this is his first foray into like the world title scene up
Mm.
against giants like Osprey
Yep.
and Okada and MJF and all these big names. But even still, personally, yeah, I agree. I thought his reign was pretty good. Like he defended well. I think he does well as both face and heel,
Hmm.
and fine line walking the tweener line. Plus, he hopefully he'll be back to the top again. We know that this is pretty much the twilight of Danielson's career, so it's like let this man have one last final run before he rides off into the sunset and be with his kids.
Yeah. Yeah, because Swerve not only, he held that championship for what, 5 months?
Yep.
5-ish months or so. He did well. in his defenses. And then also, of course, on the PR side, anything they asked that man to do,
He did
he
it.
was on it. He
It
was
is.
on it. News stations, media, appearances, whatever they had him do, he went to do it and he did it great. And I mean, you can't ask any more of your world champion to go do that stuff. And he represented the culture well, although, the whole thing about the list and and all the other things that were said at the beginning of his reign. He still did. I mean, he still swerve, winning, drive.
Yeah.
Still and with the remix with Bun B. Bun
And West
B.
Side Gun.
And what's that gun?
Yep.
I was like, oh, they pulling out all the big guns. Boom.
Hey-oh.
Yeah, hey for that one too. So all
Ew.
all in all, a good event, man. People say they
Yeah.
can say they want to about AEW. Like I showed you guys that one post. I'm like, bruh, you late to the party. I don't know where you been, but good job to them. All right, we're going to 80's favorite company, Stanford Entertainment Conglomerate, Embezzlement and Fraud Company, and they also have a premium live event, Bash in Berlin. Um, It's going to be on a Saturday, August the 31st, and it'll be the first time they'll be having a live streaming event in Germany, Berlin, Germany. I like how they got Gunther on the poster. I'm like, okay, cool, this makes sense.
Mhm.
We got a few matches here. We got Gunther versus Randy Orton for the title. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the title. Mixed tag match between the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus the Judgment Day with that's Dirty Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan. This inclination of the Judgment Day, I like it because it's kind of like we're gonna get these old dogs out of here and we're gonna let this new blood run wild. And Liv Morgan, girl, ooh baby. Anyways,
Mhm.
CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I hope that's the end of this. It needs to gotta find out
Yeah,
something.
I'm about tired of this. But it's
Wait,
a dog collar or
Strap
leather
match.
strap
so this
match.
was a strap match?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn, finish this feud already.
Yes.
Yeah, this thing been going on for like 8 months. Like, I mean, I get it. All right. And then we have the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for the women's tag team straps. 5 matches, nothing too crazy. The match I'm looking forward to would be Gunther versus Randy Orton, 290 pounds versus 250 pounds. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Yep. And
Same here.
it says Orton wins the championship, he will be transferred to Raw, and Gunther will be transferred to SmackDown. I guess those are the stipulations of the match.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what's
Well,
up on SmackDown?
yeah. Which ain't that bad, man. Gunther slash Walter's been through a lot, and so I'm looking forward to that match on the card. Brad, we know how you feel about the product. Marcus, what say you?
Yep, same here. That's the match I'm looking most forward to seeing Gunther. I mean, he's probably my favorite male wrestler on the main card for WWE at the moment. Just he always puts on great matches. It'd be interesting to see him and Orton go at it again. They had a really good match a couple of months ago, of course, at the King of the Ring finals.
Mm,
But hopefully they turn the notch up a couple of more degrees. So,
yep.
being that the stakes are even higher this time, being that it's for the championship, and I guess the stipulation of them switching brands, which that's kind of weird. But it seems like maybe they're getting in position for the move to Netflix and SmackDown
Netflix.
to USA and all that
Mm,
stuff. So that may be what this is. So who knows? Um, Cody and KO might be fun.
mm.
Hopefully that will be fun. I don't know. Cody, WWE Cody is
Eh,
WWE Cody.
yeah.
He's not the same Cody that he was in AEW or even what he was when he was in like ROH New Japan and stuff a couple of years ago. And and I get it. He's he fits the WWE style, but hopefully he'll kind of revert back to the old him a little bit, and because we know what KO is capable of doing and all that. As for the other matches, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Judgment Day and Rhea and Dame and Spooky Booty and the former Kaylee Ray against the Fine Muscle Sisters. So
He's sitting up like that right there, like, what you got on? Like, where it
Spooky
come from?
booty.
Spooky booty.
That
Wooga
cracks me
booga
up.
booga
The
booga booga.
John
It's just
Collins.
sitting there. It'd be,
Spooky booty versus the muscle booties.
yeah. I'm trying to tell you,
Jay
boy.
Cargill,
Hey,
man. Jay
whatever you wanted,
Cargill.
whatever you want, they got it. They got you covered.
They got you
Yep.
covered. Brandon
Yeah,
Phillips. I don't believe in luck, but Brandon Phillips, he's a lucky man, brother. He's a lucky man.
It's
If you,
funny, like on this day thing on Facebook,
yeah.
a couple of years ago, when he played for the Braves, I went to one of the games and they showed his picture up on like the jumbotron. It's like if Brandon Phillips, what was it? If a player hits a home run in whatever inning, you get free something at racetrack gas station the next day. And
hmm
Brandon Phillips hit a home run in that inning. Like, congrats! Everybody gets what you call it because of Brandon Phillips, and it's just him on the jumbotron cheese. And it's like, yo, that's Jay Cargill's husband. I know that's a happy dude right there, man.
That's how he wakes up every morning.
Just like,
He's
yeah,
like, I'm winning. Him and Montez Ford, they
Him,
winning.
Montez,
God is
Ricochet. I mean,
good.
Ricochet is over like, man, life is good. I don't know about y'all.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shoot, I'll probably even
True.
throw Buddy Matthews in that lead in there
Yeah.
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Throw him in there too.
Like, hey, mate,
Hey, mate, life is good. That's not an art. This is an art.
this is my wife, Rhea.
This is my wife, Rhea. Say hello to the people, Rhea.
And she does her little spooky wave thing she does.
Yeah.
It's so sexy.
I will bite. Anyways,
We must
right.
stay focused, brothers. We must
Yes,
stay
we must
focused.
stay very focused, brother. We must stay focused. Where's Dr.
And
Umar? We need Dr. Umar to come get us together. You do not go over there to the devil. Stop. Shut up. All right, real quick, Rezo, NXT No Mercy, right? Sunday,
yes,
Oh yeah.
September the 1st. That came out of nowhere. So we got Roxanne Perez versus Jada. I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth. I'd like to see you try it. Versus
he
Jada
cuffed
Parker.
that girl, boy.
Yeah, yeah. She it was
She
funny.
bought
Knock,
that from
knock,
way back and cuffed her on the side.
It
knock the
was it
coins out there, girl.
not the Sonic rings
Sonic
out of her.
rings, yep.
And the thing about it
Ding-a-ling.
was, it was so damn quick. She's like, I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth. I'd like to see you trip. I was like,
I remember watching that live. I was like, oh my God.
yeah,
And she was on the ground, like Family Guy style.
yeah, broke the hell up.
And I
Uh,
like Roxy, man. It was like, damn, she slapped the shit out of Roxy.
She
yeah.
did.
She
I
said,
like me some Miss Parker too, though.
yeah.
All right. I love me
Yes,
some Miss Parker.
Parker.
She said, I'm gonna slap
Parker,
the
oh
taste.
Miss Parker.
She said, I'm gonna slap the taste out the mouth. I'd like to see you drop. Pow. Oh,
Before he even got out of the mouth.
yeah.
To how to the ground. And people forget like Roxanne's like 5 foot nothing.
Mm,
So she's small. And she just
Yeah. Question
yeah.
is though, once Jada did that and she talked off and they're like, oh, what you doing here? You want something too? I got something for you too. Like, who was she talking to? Was it Julia?
Never
Dun
ooh.
know.
dun
Was
dun.
it Steph? Who was it?
Steph. I hope not.
Said Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh,
Who
oh,
knows?
oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot she
Yeah,
was there.
yeah, yeah. Because Julia was still doing her last show in Japan
Mm.
last week.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean, she didn't technically have to be there. We didn't see him on camera, but
Insinuating, if you
yeah,
will.
insinuating,
it could be
yes.
either or.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
might, you know what? As far as we know, both of them might have been standing there.
yep.
And she can,
They're looking at each other like, damn, she
yeah.
smacked the shit out of her. You see that?
And she looked,
Damn.
and she looked at them and pulled that Debo. You want some too, old man? No, girl, let's
No.
get the hell up out of here.
No.
Got that little girl laid out on the floor like that, looking like a murder scene. Let's get your
Come
ass up.
down
Let's
here
go.
messing with this girl like this. Let's go. Go out in the parking lot. Hopefully you don't get stabbed out there.
Yeah.
You also know the NXT parking lot is the most dangerous parking lot in all of the world.
I was about to bring up. I saw that meme. I was like, look, you better be careful how you walking down there in Orlando. You close your eyes, next thing you know, you'll see a car in your face.
A black charger, to be exact.
Yeah.
That same black charger that always rolls up.
Tell you, man, this the black charger of doom. That means if you see a black charger, somebody finna get their ass whipped. All right. We got cousin Kalani Jordan versus Wendy Chu for the NXT North Americans title or the Negro American title, because let's face it, that's our belt. Then we got Oba Femi versus Tony D'Angelo. for the men's North American Championship. And then we got a new tag team champions, Chase University, Andre Chase, and Ridge Holland. You want to talk about redeeming yourself. Ridge Holland. Yeah, he definitely did that. Yeah. Versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom for the tag team championships. We got a grudge match of former Rascal teammates or MSK. What the? We still don't know what that means to this day. Wesley and Zachary Wentz. And for the title, we got Ethan Page versus Say His Name. He will appear. I believe in Joe Henry. See, he lying. He ain't come through the front. He ain't come through. He ain't come crash through the door like the Kool-Aid Man or nothing.
I'm
Uh,
actually okay with him not appearing at this moment. It's midnight, and I'm
yeah,
tired. I don't feel like fighting nobody off, even though he probably could easily whoop my ass.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to get a lick in. He gonna feel
Just
something.
one lick.
I
One.
believe in Joe Henry.
Tap, tap.
Man, it'd be tap tap. That's what it is. And then we got all ego Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry, and the guest referee will be Trick Williams himself. This card has the potential to be a banger. I will say that. Whole card up and down. I can't find one match and hone in on it, but it has potential to be a banger.
Yeah.
Yep. Like typical for me, and especially in the weekends where they have a main card show along with the NXT show, I'm looking forward to NXT, the No Mercy more than I am Bash of Berlin. And it's been that way for years now. Well, except for that crappy couple of months slash year where they went over to NXT 2.0 and everything sucked. But yeah, we're getting back to form now, so
Yeah, took some
NXT is really good again.
took about 2 years because I mean it was all about the down south slang and well, okay, that's cool, but this it's too bright, it's too la 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 la. It's too much going on.
Yeah.
Give me my good old grungy wrestling in the Agora Theater down here in downtown Cleveland. Give me that atmosphere where it smelled like an old ass building where they get ready to do some hard fighting. All right. So we talked a lot about wrestling. We talked a lot about the recaps of All In and a preview of Bash in Berlin. So let's go ahead and holler at some news and notes, aka the 3 count. All right. The first one we're gonna look at here is Gable Steveson. We remember they was trying to make a big deal out of him in WWE, but for some strange reason they just couldn't cut the mustard. I'm still trying to figure out how in the hell was his brother able to do what he did and he couldn't get it together. Well, anyways, with the NFL season approaching, teams are making roster cuts, and he was one of the casualties. As Gable Steveson gets cut from the Buffalo Bills because he wanted to go try that out as well too. He says on Instagram, put on my first pair of cleats, pads, and played my first ever professional football game as an NFL player here in Buffalo. Even made some plays along the way. All love. This isn't the end. Back to the drawing board. Von Miller responded with a go icon, and Goldberg said, just the beginning. Yep. So Gable Steveson, he tried it. I give him F for trying. He tried it and it just didn't. He said, hey, maybe this ain't it. So
Hey,
sad.
there's always the XFL.
Yeah. What's it called? The XFL? Is it still called the XFL? Is it called the.
Yeah, it's the XFL.
Is it the XFL? Okay, because I know they merged with
Wait,
It's
not
UFL.
yeah,
yeah,
crap.
yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, it's called the
Yeah.
UFL. So they merged with the USFL.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
It's the
starting.
Rocks league, the Rocks and the Rocks, and then Danny Garcia's league, that
Yeah.
place,
He better pay the army back their money. Anyway,
and that.
boy,
Right?
oh my God, such a bad look. We're gonna use the one time the Dwayne glow doesn't amount to anything. All right, number two, Miro is back in the United States. Reading off this article, according to Wrestling Inc. by Daisy Ruth, AEW's Miro is back in the United States after visiting his native Bulgaria for an extended for an extended time following his split from wife CJ Perry, while also reportedly dealing with multiple injuries. According to PW Insider, the former Rusev in WWE was seen in Los Angeles over the weekend when AEW was in London, England. for the All In at Wembley Stadium. The report couldn't confirm if Miro's return to the States means that he is close to returning to the ring. His last match in AEW was December 2023 when he took on Andrade El Idolo. Wow. In the company's in the latter's final match with the company. Did we add him to our fumble talent portion of the show we had a few weeks ago?
Part of me wants to say yes. I remember.
Mm,
I
Yeah.
don't
I
remember.
don't
I want to
think so.
say I don't think we
Yeah.
did, but I know he like crossed my mind for that one. Like he's
Yeah.
one of those guys who it took a little bit, but dude could talk, dude could go. Rusev Day was over like Rover.
Oh,
I
had a
mean,
had a T-shirt and everything.
yeah, I mean he had what's his name from the Vaudevillains
Yeah.
singing
England
for
Aiden
him.
English.
English,
Aiden English, thank you.
Yeah.
aka
Um
Matthew Reinwald.
Reinhold. Yeah.
Reinhold over in TNA. Yeah, he's out there singing Rusev Day.
And it was just the height of his career coming in WrestleMania on the tank and Rusev Day. Everything
Yeah.
else,
Don't
I'll be
don't.
honest, I've never been the biggest fan of Rusev slash Miro. I
That's
do like his Redeemer thing that he had, the promos that he was cutting after a while. I was like, okay, I dig this. But
mm,
yeah.
in the ring, he was just always just been kind of to me. He's had a couple of matches like, okay, I get it, but
mm,
personally, he's just never done it for me.
Him and Hobbs starting the whole meat chant
Oh, the
thing.
meat,
yeah.
that one
Meat,
was kind of fun.
meat,
Meat,
meat. Like
meat.
hearing a whole arena say meat all at
Yeah,
once, it is
yeah.
surreal. It is so
Mhm.
surreal hearing that. You're like, wait, is everybody really saying meat?
Yep. Got us a hoss fight, as they say.
Mhm.
All
Big
right.
meaty men bumping meat.
This big sweaty men bumping me.
Bumping
Oh,
meat.
look at them, Black Snow. Hey,
Mhm.
Oh,
you know what I did at work a few days ago?
what did you do?
I think it was my manager's like 20 something anniversary with the company.
Mhm.
He had this wooden thing with the initial and something his name on it. And so I put congratulations twice. On one side I put congratulations as Black Snow, BLKSNO, and then I put congratulations as me. So people gonna be like, who is BLA? Who is BLKSNO? That's Black Snow. Yeah, I did it.
Black
Oh,
snow.
Black
Oh, I gotta say
Snow.
congratulations.
Yeah. He'll probably go home and be like, what the hell's a BLK Snow? Goes back to drinking
It's
the bourbon.
Black
It's
Snow.
a
Oh.
Black Snow. Oh.
Speaking great.
Booker T for me. Speed up, everybody. Now I'll put all right, third and final count or news of note, if you will. Rikishi suggests that Jay Uso should take a break. Once again, coming from Wrestling Inc., written by Ella J. Over the last month, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi has raised concerns over the booking of his son Jay Uso. Nepotism much? Who he refers to as Yeet Man. Specifically, Rikishi was called for Uso to receive a shot. I'm sorry, Rikishi though, that's who it is, his daddy. Rikishi has called for Uso to receive a shot at one of the singles titles on WWE Raw, either the IC title or the World Heavyweight Championship. Instead, Rikishi believes Uso has been subjected to booking unsuitable for his character and his level of popularity. As such, Rikishi now thinks some time off from the road might be most fitting solution for him. I don't know how I feel about that.
Doesn't make sense to like take yourself off the road while you're hot because everybody's out there. It's just me, Oos. Day one, it just be Oos.
Yeah,
And
Right.
everybody's like,
And like and especially him being an old head, most of
yeah,
them say they know like time off is your enemy in this
yeah.
business. It's like you take time off, you're not on the show, you're not you can't get booked if you're not there and somebody else takes your spot, then what? I get it, his son is really hot, really over right now. And he's probably just wanting to see his boy get more, but at the same time, it's like, what more do you want, dude? Like you've got three sons of yours that are towards the top. Well, we haven't really seen Jimmy in a while, but
Mm.
like at the very least, Solo and Jay have been towards the top of the card for the last however many years. And you can throw Jimmy in there too with the whole bloodline story. Plus, other relatives in your family are just they've been firmly at the top of the card over the past few
Mm-hmm.
years. And I get it, you want to see your boy get there, get hot, get over. But okay, maybe he will at some point in the future, but let it happen, let it happen when it happens.
I look at it like this. You got a lot of guys that's hot right now. S- Somebody got to get hurt or cool off. And I don't wish injury on nobody, none whatsoever. But I think, well, one of the effects of having a bloated roster,
Yep.
I mean, you got talent that need to be pushed, can't push them because you got this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. On Monday Night Raw, you probably got close to like 70, 80 segments you got to fill with various talent.
Hmm.
And time is precious. It is very, very precious. Before we get out of here, Uncle Marcus, did Uncle Marcus have a rant, or he's going to say that for another time, or is he?
We can go there.
Yeah.
We can
He's
do
reaching
it.
for the hat. Ladies and gentlemen, back one more time. Brace yourself for Uncle Marcus.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
here.
And I want to let y'all know I literally have another hat on the way, and it's a bucket hat. And this
Yes.
this this one's okay. Not really what
Oh,
I wanted, but I do have
Mm-hmm.
a bucket hat on the way.
yes.
Um, all right, here's what I want to rant about. And this stems from tonight, well, at the time of recording, tonight's episode of Dynamite on Wednesday. So there was the match that occurred tonight. It was the conglomeration versus Roderick Strong and wait, who did they take on? Roderick Strong and the Jericho, the Learning Tree.
The learning
Mm-hmm.
tree, yeah.
So the match ends with I think it was Orange Cassidy pinning Roderick Strong or somebody pinned Roderick Strong.
Mm-hmm.
And no, they didn't pin him. They had him in a submission hold.
Yeah, it was Hook.
Yeah, it was
Hook
Hook.
had
Hook
him
had
in
him in the red room,
yeah.
but Roderick Strong's foot was clearly on the bottom of the rope, and he was tapping. And Audrey was in position to see this happen, but she called the tap and not the rope break.
Uh,
And I'm just like, of course, I don't know if it was a botch. I don't know if that's how it was booked. That like, oh, the ref didn't see it or whatever, and she called that. Maybe they're setting up for a future match. But here's where my Uncle Marcus comes in. I am so sick of them and the stupid ref trope that they do. It is 2024, y'all. Why are we still doing dumb ref takes in the ring? Do they not realize that people have what's called peripheral vision? If I'm looking at the screen right now. You know what? I can see stuff over here and I can see stuff over here, even though
yeah.
I'm staring straight at the screen. You can't see this, those of y'all who are listening.
Mm.
But yeah, like as you can't sit here and tell me that this referee is so intently looking at the top of the wrestlers, the upper half of the wrestlers' bodies, they don't see a foot on the rope over here, or they don't see somebody standing on an apron over here with a foreign object, or they don't see whatever's going on. Oh my God, the referee is distracted. Like, what is it? This is not 1988 anymore. This ain't 1987.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yeah.
insult our intelligence that way. Don't spit on my cupcake and tell me it's frosting by saying that the referee is just that out of it to where they don't know what the hell is going on when it's clearly it burns me up. It burns me up. And this is the reason why Uncle Marcus came out. And I saw that, I'm like, what the hell? This is how this match ended? Really?
Keep
She didn't see
going.
his foot clearly on the thing. Or even how about this? Just why can't they just like, hey ref, my foot's on the rope. Come on, y'all. This is 2024.
Yeah.
Ah, please, somebody say something, man. Because
Hey,
I
hey,
feel
hey,
like
hey.
I'm going here. Like,
No,
keep going.
hey, you know what? If the guys in that episode of WEW wrestling, if they in the bar drunk as they are, and a girl trying to get the pin, no, you can't get the pin outside the ring. If they going, hey, ref, then you might need to come over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
even like here's the other one. You're like the don't really see it a whole lot, but every once in a while you might see it like the blind tag spot where you
Mm-hmm.
got the tag team match going on and then the face is getting worked over by the heels and stuff. And then all of a sudden there's the what is it, the hope spot where they finally get
Yeah.
muster up enough energy to go and make the tag, but the
Mhm.
ref doesn't see it, and then they make
Yeah.
the other the face get back out the ring. It's like, come on, man, you see all this space in between them. You mean to tell me you can't use your brain to use logic and deduction? Like, hey, you know what? It's probably a good chance they did make that tag because there's nothing that would block them from making a tag at this point. I
Yeah.
didn't see it, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna use discretion. That's one thing, and I said this a while ago. That's what I love so at least so far. I haven't seen it in New Japan yet. I love how the referees there have discretion on matches, and I've seen them go all the way up to like a 5 count and not call it, and
And just let them go.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
it's
just let
like,
them
hey,
go.
break it up, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm not about to
Yeah.
throw the match out because of this. And they let the refs have discretion, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong because I know y'all been watching New Japan far longer than I have.
Mhm.
But it seems like they don't insult the fans' intelligence by using the same stupid, dumb, played out s- piece of psychology, if you will.
You know what it is?
Old
That's
school.
that's because they treat it like an actual sport over there.
Sport. Hmm.
So that way you don't have the Americanized version of sports entertainment. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm just and you know this Marcus and Brad can tell you, I don't know how many matches I watched. What's my man name? Ilzuka with the thing on his hand. He hit
Oh
you.
yeah, old
Yeah,
buddy from Suzuki Gun.
yeah.
Yeah.
He out there nailing people. The ref go 1, 2. Start bringing it back, y'all.
Yeah.
Start bringing it back. You got they fighting over there. They fighting over there. They
Yeah.
it's just
This is chaos.
it's chaos. Yeah,
And then Yano doing his usual, "Ah, let me untie the turnbuckle,
yeah.
get yelled at, let me low blow somebody and then roll them up." I almost said something. I don't like Yano either.
Oh, Yano's
He's
I like him because he's a pest.
he's so annoying. Like Yano, I hate Yano so much.
Yeah,
I can't
he's
stand him.
he,
But
he's doing his job. If you hate him, the job is being done. You are
uh,
emotionally invested with your hatred of Toro Yano with the DVD and the movie, and I was like,
uh,
yeah. And
yeah.
they don't beat nobody, but they say like he's a real deal, like he's a
Yeah,
real
he's
deal machine.
good. He's like an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah,
Be the Japanese Kurt Angle. Be good. Don't be
yeah.
yelling and pulling out turnbuckles. But by the way, with the thing where y'all mentioned about the referees not paying attention or seeing out that peripheral, they
Mm.
got a big ass screen
That too,
right
yes.
there.
And they can go,
Several screens that you can be like instant replay. Look at this. Oh, they did make the tag. Oh, that person did cheat. Oh, that person did get the count or whatever. Use the tools you have in front of you.
Yeah, that part. And then not to mention too, when they don't do that, and then on the one rare match
Mhm.
where the ref will make a call and then another ref comes running out at full speed, comes whispers in his ear, and then call over the ring announcer. Excuse me, just to let y'all know, the referee has informed me that this match will continue and such and such and such. Like, why don't they do this all the time then? Why use it selectively? Either
yeah,
don't do this or do this all the time.
make it
Be
frequent.
consistent with it.
Yeah. On the next episode, we'll talk about the inconsistencies of pro wrestling. Let me go ahead and write that down right now.
Write that down.
Yeah,
God, there's so many inconsistencies
inconsistencies
of professional wrestling.
And
of
for those of you, if somebody's out there and you're listening, you're a Cult of Coronet member, chances are you're probably not going to have anything to like what I say on that. Because don't get me wrong, I love corny, but y'all, I say it all. This ain't 1987 anymore. We
I
need
to,
to we need to move ahead and evolve.
speaking of Jim Cornette, I told you guys he blocked me on Twitter a few years ago, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. I was like, I don't see what Jim got going on. You have been blocked by Jim Cornette. I was like, oh, I got blocked by Jim Cornette just because I told him it wasn't 1986 no more, and he didn't want to hear it. They say the truth hurts, and it hurts so much. I'm gonna block you.
And that's what's wrong with wrestling today. You got all these flippy MFers running around here thinking that that's real wrestling. It's all outlaw mud show bull crap.
Outlaw Mud Show is funny. I like that term. It is funny.
Outlaw
That is so
Munch.
funny, though.
Extra onions, double
And
cheese, and
See?
extra onions.
and then you got what's his name? Pockets come out here, put his
Yeah.
hands in his pockets, and you call that wrestling. Orange
You got
Cassidy, of course.
then you
And
got
he
Brian.
calls Orange Cassidy pockets. I love
Yes.
it.
Yeah, and then you got Pockets. He comes out here and gosh almighty, kicks him in the shin. It's like a child kicking a tree almost. Have you seen it? He'll get into something like that. So,
And then Brian laughs like, "Yeah, did you see the other guy?"
did you see the other guy? Well, he was something to do some silly stuff too. I mean, come on. I mean, this is what they do. Come on. Come on. The great Brian last year. Hey man, I'm not hating on them. They got a successful podcast. Hopefully
Yeah.
one day we can get there. But damn it, like the kid says, stop the cop. Yeah, just straight up, man, stop the cap. And with that being said, it's been another episode of the Connoisseurs of Pro Wrestling Podcast. Continue to listen to us on the Sports Bros Podcast feed. I'll get the individual feeds set up here shortly. Hopefully, we get some video up in this thing shortly too, so you can see our facial expressions and shenanigans and everything, and actually laugh at us. And you can actually see why Marcus told the whole world that she broke something.
He
He
broke
don't know what it
something.
was, but she broke something.
Broke some.
Yeah. And then you'll actually get to see our reaction when we watch the WEW watch along and we hear flying ho, flying ho.
And you can see Uncle Marcus's bucket hat when it comes in. It should probably be in within the next day or 2 or 3.
Now,
Sweet. New bucket hat. Boy, it's about to go down.
You might not like it so much, Brad.
Why? Is it a Jeff Jarrett hat or something?
No, I wish that'd be awesome.
God,
No,
day
it's of a certain football team that Eddie and I love, but
Oh,
because
oh,
they're your team's rival.
oh, of course. You have a chair that probably resembles them too, so
I sure do.
that's fair.
But
That's fair.
Jeff Jarrett hat would be pretty dope though.
the
Ain't
last
I
Just
great?
saying.
with the
Spend my-
with the lights. Oh my
with
God.
the little
Oh
lights.
yes, the JJ. I get MJ for me.
I'm just looking at this.
So
I'm like, and I was like, oh, he can sing, and come to kind of find out he couldn't sing.
Spend my days working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock keep spinning too slow. But I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight.
doggone BG
I
James.
say my baby's got me wrapped around a little finger, and I go to hell and back. I think the words to be, but I can't. Let me tell you something. WWE dropping the ball. Around that time, you had what Shania Twain, you had Garth Brooks, you country was hot. It ain't like it is now. It was hot.
It was hot.
You mean tell me you couldn't take this and slip it in there real quick?
They probably couldn't pay for it because they wasn't making no money.
That time they weren't. I'm like, if you could do the whole rock and wrestling thing, if you could do some of this other stuff you did before that, you think it'd be easy just to slide it in there. Nah, man. I just saw a marketing opportunity and yeah, shout out to Bruce Prichard for bringing it back up and making it relevant again and actually getting Double J on the show to sing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the Hall of Fame, right? Didn't he have a sing at the Hall of Fame or something too whenever he got inducted?
It's possible.
I
have
think
to
he
check it out.
did. It was one of them things. They had the whole audience singing that damn song.
Tell you, man. I mean, I'm like, look, if Joe Henry charted, ain't no way in hell with my baby tonight should chart. Should chart now. I'm gonna write a letter to somebody. With that being said, y'all take care. And in closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can, do something nice for someone else. They'll greatly appreciate it now more than ever. Be a blessing, not a burden. This is the Connoisseurs of Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
And as always, you got to watch out for the Flying Ho. Flying Ho. Watch along coming soon. Oh, I hope you're ready.
I can't wait.
Ooh, I can't.
Two more
Scott.
episodes. Two
Yeah.
more episodes.
Yeah.
2 more episodes. It's going to be great. Yeah, let us know how you want to be a part of this. Also, we're going to start some social media stuff too. All right, we out of here. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.